Last week, out of nowhere, I got let go from my job. Let's talk about it. What's going on, everyone? My name is James Hewick, and I do weekly videos on web development related topics. And I've talked a lot on here about careers for people getting into tech, people already in tech. And I think this is an important one for me to share because last week, out of nowhere, all of a sudden, I was let go from the company I was working at. So I wanted to get on here and share that with you, provide some details about what is kind of going through my head and then what my next steps are. So a little bit of background. I got back into developer advocacy a couple of years ago when I left FedEx and joined Auth0. And I was a developer advocate at Auth0 for about almost 2 years and had a blast there. Still really enjoy talking to some of my teammates there. My wife actually works for Auth0, so I still have a connection. And I was kind of ready for something smaller. I wanted to join a smaller company and be a part of a company kind of earlier on in the process. And a couple of teammates of mine had gone to PlanetScale, and I was really interested. I knew I enjoyed working with them. I was interested in the company being younger, smaller, being able to be a part of that from earlier on. And so last November of 2021, I left Auth0 and joined PlanetScale. So for the past 8 months has been a ton of fun. I've worked with some really incredibly talented people, really smart people, people that when I speak to them on Zoom or see them in person, get very, very inspired from. And so I just really enjoyed my time there. So I've been doing the basic developer relations activities. I've gone to conferences. I've created YouTube videos, was on a podcast with PlanetScale, all the things that you would typically expect with a developer advocate. And up until last week, everything I thought was going really good. Again, I really enjoyed all the work that I was doing and was excited about it, all the things. But last week, I found out that I was let go from PlanetScale. And so now I'm kind of thinking about how do I feel about that? And then what are my next steps? So obviously, getting let go from a company out of nowhere is a big shock. It's really a lot to process and seems like a pretty negative thing. And I try to stay a pretty positive person. So I take a look at any scenario and try to turn that into some sort of positive that I can take. And so that's what I'm doing. So I've always had a little bit of question in the back of my head, I think, of is PlanetScale has it been the best fit possible? And again, I've enjoyed and loved all the things that I've done, but it's a database company and I was excited to learn more about databases and kind of build up some knowledge there. But it's not necessarily naturally the thing that I'm the most excited about. Again, excited about that work, maybe not the most excited. So I think this is an opportunity for me to kind of reevaluate what do I want my next steps to be. Now, the cool thing for me, and this is what I am most excited about is in my kind of announcement, is I'm going to be doing full-time content creation. A big part of that is on this channel for at least the next couple of months. So the good thing about the situation, my wife has a really good job with a salary and benefits, so I can be on her health insurance in the meantime. And I've already kind of proven to myself that I can generate some income from YouTube and courses and sponsored videos. And so this is my really exciting opportunity to go and now do that full time for at least a couple of months. I want to see what it's like. I've always had this nagging question in the back of my head of like, what am I really capable of if I just had more time to dedicate to all the things that I do, specifically being here on YouTube and creating courses and all the things, right? So I look at this as this opportunity to go and see what am I actually capable of? What can I produce when I have that amount of time? And so I'm incredibly excited about that. Obviously, again, it's a lot to process. A lot has changed really quickly in just the last couple of days, but I can't tell you how optimistic and excited I am to be creating content full time and to be kind of following what I think, is the right thing for me to do at this time. Now, doing full-time content creation is an incredibly tough thing to do, especially to like replace salary. Like a good salary is a tough thing to do. And so I may or may not do this more than a couple of months. This may just be my opportunity to try it out and see if I enjoy it. Hopefully I do. I think I will. I think I'll love it. But if I either don't love it every day or if I'm not making as much money to kind of sustain, then in the meantime, what I'm doing is also reaching out to companies to talk about opportunities for me in my career next step. So those two types of opportunities would be developer advocate again. So this is an IC role, an individual contributor, where you work for a company, create content, go to conferences, talk about the product, engage the community, earn trust in the community, all those things that I've been doing for years. So that kind of comes as a default for me. That's the thing that I have done, I'm good at, I enjoy it, etc. And the other potential opportunity is to lead a team of developer advocates or lead a developer relations team. And that is particularly interesting for me because it starts to get into a different skill set of building a team, leading a team. I feel like I have a lot of knowledge to share and in ways that I can help people in their career and becoming developer advocates and growing as developer advocates because I've done this for so long. And I also feel like I've got potentially a learning opportunity as a leader within a company to help build something out. And I don't feel like I've fully been in that position in the past. I think people have had a lot of respect for everything that I've done, but I don't feel like I've had that true position to not just make decisions on my own, but kind of help make those decisions based on different priorities, based on a team that we have, and help grow the team, developer relations, and the awareness in the community for this stuff, whatever that team and that company is doing. So those are the two types of positions that I would be looking for longer term. I've already gotten an overwhelming amount of responses on Twitter and people reaching out on email, which I sincerely appreciate. Like posting on Twitter to say that I got let go is obviously a tough thing to do, but the amount of people that reached out is just absolutely wild. So I've got tons of job opportunities. I am super confident if, the next couple of months as a full-time content creator isn't for me or doesn't quite work out, that I will find an amazing opportunity with an amazing company in a few months from now. So for the time being, I will be doing full-time content, and I could not be more excited about this. And then we'll see what leads or what happens down the road in a couple of months. Now, the last thing I want to say is I have no ill will towards PlanetScale. As I said, I really enjoyed my time there. I understand that companies, as they're growing, they're kind of figuring out things, especially when they're smaller. They have to make decisions sometimes to go in different directions. And unfortunately, that led to me being let go. But I don't have any ill will towards PlanetScale. I loved my time there. I'm still a fan of the product and will support them kind of externally in content and things that I create and talk highly about them. So really enjoyed my time with PlanetScale, but I am over the moon excited to be doing content full time for the next couple of months. So if you have any additional questions, comments, throw them in the chat. If you have ideas for things that you'd like to see on the channel, throw those in the chat as well. The last thing I'll leave you with is the first thing that I will be launching as a full-time content creator, it's weird to say, is a product, a course called Everything Svelte. So if you're interested in learning how to build applications with Svelte, SvelteKit, Supabase, Stripe, Tailwind, really cool stuff. We're working on launching that Everything Svelte course in a couple of weeks from the posting in this video. So go and check it out at everythingsvelte.com. And if you have comments, questions, things that you'd like to see on the channel, leave those in the comments below. Thank you so much for the support on the channel. Thanks for checking out the video, and I can't wait to see you in more.